In today's podcast with Dacoda Miracle, we talk about the comedy festival happening for the fourth year in a row, the Coachella Valley Comedy Festival, featuring comedians from all over, from the Coachella Valley to LA to all over the place. And it's 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Little Street Music Hall in downtown Indio. Enjoy this conversation with Dacoda Miracle. Go check out the website, get some tickets, go support the local comedy scene here in the Coachella Valley. If you still need a place to stay, one of our sponsors for today's episode is festivalcampgrounds.com. So go to festivalcampgrounds.com if you still need a place to stay for Coachella 2025. Best prices, and it's a glamping experience. They have a pool, they have massages, yoga, they have taco vendors. They give you rides to the festival. It's about 5 minutes away. You don't have to stay in Palm Springs in these expensive hotels. And it's a cool experience. So make sure you check out festivalcampgrounds.com. You get 10% off with the code ANGELCOACHELLA at Festival Campgrounds, or let them know that I sent you. If you still need a place to stay, definitely check out festivalcampgrounds.com. The festival now, it's moved to a new location.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to me, it looks like this one feels like a bigger, of course, with time, everything just gets bigger, but it feels like a bigger thing.
Yeah. No, I mean, you've been to Little Street Music Hall before, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty state-of-the-art, system they got going on there, like with everything from their speaker setups, their stage is amazing, their lighting. I don't know if you've seen the new lighting, but they have spotlights. I mean,
Never changed the setting.
It feels pretty legit. So I'm really excited for the visuals that we're gonna capture this year, like from the photographers to some videos that we're gonna take. So
this one, because on the other one you always had like 2 or 3 stages. Like everyone's gonna be on just one, or how's it gonna work?
Yeah, this will just be one stage. Little Street Music Hall is just one stage venue. At the other location, Coachella Valley Brewery, we actually had an outdoor stage, and then an indoor stage. But last year we had a problem with the weather, and this year, like right now, it's raining and windy. So I'm like, oh man, thank God I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, because that's always stressful doing shows. Is Mother Nature, you never know, and you're like, man, I hope it just doesn't get crazy windy, because the desert, we get these gusts that just ruin the whole experience.
Well, last year on Saturday, so we had Friday, Saturday, Sunday last year, and on Saturday, one of our biggest days, halfway through the day, a big gust of wind came through and put dust and sand all over the place, and it actually affected the vendors that were there too. So they had to pack up and leave. So that kind of sucked. It did lead to a cool moment where I ordered a bunch of pizzas from like Costco or Sam's Club or something, and so we had some people go grab those, and I was distributing pizzas to everyone. At the end of the
community
night,
just coming together.
It's like you drink a beer, a pizza, is
the
it's jackpot.
Combo.
Yeah. Exactly.
Nobody stole your shirts this time?
No one stole the shirts. No one stole the shirts this time, which is great. That was year 2. So that was like the day before the fest. My car got broken into right outside my house, and all the shirts got stolen. But yeah, luckily smooth sailing so far. I lock up the shirts now. They're on lock and key. I should have worn one. I have them at home.
I know you should have been.
But it was cold. It was too cold.
You already got the merchandise, everything made?
Yep. Merch is made. Shirts are done. Ready for people to start.
And then I saw you had it at the location. Why did you guys switch to Little Street, or what happened, or what ended up happening?
From Coachella Valley Brewery to Little Street,
yeah.
It was mainly like logistics, like it was. It just seemed like the right thing to do. Most of the people that bought tickets for the last few years were from Indio. So on the Eventbrite, I could actually see the location of where people buy tickets from, like their address or whatever is linked to Eventbrite. I mean, I'm not looking at people's.
This is collecting people's data. And shit.
It's like finding Osama bin Laden. I pinpoint everyone now. But it does show you
most people from this side of the valley.
Yeah, exactly. So it was like I think out of people that pre-bought tickets last year, it was close to 300, and about 50 of them were from Indio. Then there was about 40 from Palm Desert, and then like 20 from Palm Springs, and then there was a bunch of just like random cities that I'm like, I don't know where the hell this is. But so most of the people were in India, so we're kind of just bringing it to them.
Bringing it to
the people. So it's
no,
cool.
I've seen I ran into you downtown India the other time,
yeah.
And it was like there was like 5-6 events going on. There was I had just left the India Food Truck Friday. I ran into you right there. I was watching like some young rock band. Then they
Yeah.
had like a Mexican rock band across the street, and then Little Street was right there. You guys had a comedy show at the Urban Donkey.
Yeah. Elijah James, he runs a show at the Urban Donkey right down the street from Little Street. So
Yeah,
yeah.
so I mean, downtown Indio, they've been investing in a lot of the new stages there.
Uh-huh.
So I think it's a perfect location for
Yeah.
hosting that kind of event.
No, definitely. And I mean, I know that the Indio Tap Room or Indio Tap House,
Yeah.
they're at the end of the block. And then, yeah, there's restaurants right there, a bunch of music venues. I mean, it's like, it seems like it's the place to be right now. So bringing the festival to that street seems pretty cool. I mean, just the foot traffic alone seems to be pretty good.
Just attract more people than a
Yeah.
random warehouse. So they're not.
Yeah.
Not disrespect to the
No,
brewery.
I mean, Coachella Valley Brewery,
It's cool.
you know,
I like
it will
it's its
always
own thing. Yeah.
it will always have a special place in my heart just because it was the birthplace of a lot of comedy out here. Like that was the first place I did an open mic at out here. It was Coachella Valley Brewery and the Hood. They actually had the Hood Bar and Pizza.
The Hood still.
They both would have open mics on the same night. So
Oh,
I
wow.
went to Coachella Valley Brewery and then the Hood. That
So
was my
you could
first.
just do a couple locations.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but no, I mean it was great for what it was. You know, like it slowly built every year at Coachella Valley Brewery. From the first 2 years were just 1 day festivals, and then last year was a 3 day fest, and we just kind of were testing the water, see how far we could grow it. And you know, it just seems to be like, you know, having an indoor venue that could hold up to 200 people, and somewhere where it's, you know, in the heart of the city of festivals, just, you know, kind of made sense.
So that this festival, like 200 people, are you
Mhm.
gonna have like because I know people are not gonna be there all day. So
Yeah.
is there gonna be like people waiting outside to go in, or how's?
I hope so. I hope that there's
Gonna be
people
lined down
waiting.
the
Yeah.
block. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
"Oh."
I hope it's just like a crowd of people.
What are the hours for the show?
So Thursday, we're doing Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it's
Oh,
not
okay.
it's not
Nice.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They do have something else going on Sunday, so we couldn't secure that
Okay.
date. But Thursday, day one, March 20th. I should say the date.
Yeah.
Thursday, March 20th. There's only gonna be 2 shows, 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. And then Friday, March 21st, will be 4 p.m., 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. So if anyone wants to take off work an hour early on Friday, catch that 4 p.m. show. And then Saturday is all day. So from 12 p.m. noon, we're going to start with a trivia hour hosted by myself. And then 2 p.m. there's a show, 4 p.m. there's a show, 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. So basically every 2 hours there's going to be a show on Saturday.
The trivia, like how does the trivia show work, or just it kind of like
Yeah, no, it's I host trivia all over the valley, so I have kind of a setup that I have, you know, that I do at multiple locations.
Yeah.
The local on 50th in Indio, a lot of country clubs around the area as well. So it'll be a similar setup to that. So 3 rounds of trivia. Whoever has the most points at the end of the 3 rounds, they will actually win a $100 gift card to the local on 50th, which is one of our sponsors for the fest this year.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
Like,
yeah.
People already signed up for that, or how could people?
There's a few people signed up. Yeah, it's actually it does cost $7, $6.99 per person per entry.
Okay.
Yeah, so there is a fee to go there for the trivia. But that's on the Eventbrite. So on
Yeah.
the link, it'll be on the March 22nd date. So.
Oh, that's cool. That's
Yeah,
a cool. I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah.
I know some people that might be down too.
Yeah, no, it's fun. Trivia is super
Knowledgeable.
fun. So yeah, it'll be a good thing. Good time with trivia. So.
And then, are you bringing comedians again from LA, from all over, or like who's gonna be performing at the festival?
Yeah, it is I mean, it's very local based, so there's
Yeah.
gonna be a ton of local.
There's a lot of
comedians.
local comedians.
There's
now.
a
It's
lot,
so
and
cool.
we have a lot,
It
which
just
is
keeps
great.
growing.
Yeah.
It's been awesome to watch.
I didn't even know this, but apparently there's about 50 local comedians now.
Damn.
They're not all on the fest, but there's. I tried to get as many
And
as I could.
they send it their tapes, and you're like, nah.
No.
Like,
Not yet. I think next year, because there are so many comedians,
Yeah.
I think I am gonna have to start opening up to like submissions and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, it's pretty crazy how it's grown to about 50. But we still do have an outside element with LA comedians, people that started out in the Bay Area. Irene too. She's headlining on Friday. She started out in San Francisco. She was amazing. She moved to LA just a few years ago, I believe, and She's actually on tour, and this is one of her stops on her tour.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, she's actually coming down from San Jose. I believe she's in San Jose right now, so she'll be coming next weekend for the festival.
For the festival, that's cool.
Yeah, so she's really good. Kyle Reel, he's headlining on Saturday. I don't know if you saw the video of the guy. There's a video of a comic on stage, and he was talking to someone in the audience about like what his name was. He asked what his name was. And the guy's like, Zach, and he's like, oh, Zach, oh, blah blah blah. And then he's like, what do you do for work, Zach? And he's like, I'm a director. And he's like, oh shit. And then he's like, well, anything that I know, like any movies. He's like, what Zach directors do you know? And the comedian's like Zack Snyder, and he's like, yeah, that's me. What? And the comic's like, what the hell? Like, how bad did I mess up? Whatever. That's who that was. It's Kyle Reel. So he's that video got a bunch of hits on Instagram and stuff. So.
I thought you were saying Zack Snyder's gonna come.
No, not Zack Snyder. I mean,
he's gonna
maybe.
be at the festival.
You never know. You never know. But no, Kyle kind of shot off from that.
I haven't seen that video, but send it to me after.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. Yeah, and if you haven't seen it, I probably butchered the whole thing explaining it, but. It's a really cool video that I just spoiled, but it's a cool watch. It's a cool watch. Yeah. He met Zack Snyder from the stage, so that was pretty cool. So
I mean, that's true. What you said is like you never know who's gonna be in the audience, and especially here in the Valley, like we were talking about before the podcast. Like it's springtime, the rain just came down, but it's like we're about to get the next 2-3 months is like people are just coming to the Valley for. Right now, the tennis tournament, and we have the festivals coming up. So the energy just changes in the Valley.
It really does. So cool. My favorite time is pretty much from March till like late April. Like that's like the perfect like weather and like starting to warm up a little bit, but it's not too hot. You could be outside, relax. So
May's still pretty decent.
May's nice.
June is when everything just goes downhill. So.
Yeah. It's I mean, you've lived here longer than me, but.
But I feel like the seasons are changing, like not changing, but moving a month.
Yeah.
We're like a month out. Like right now, these rains, these used to happen in February. Whatever's happening right now was a month. And then last year, I think it was May, almost June, and it wasn't super hot.
Yeah.
But then the summer, that shit lasted almost all through October. So it's like. Yeah, I feel like we're shifting like a month.
This past summer was rough.
Yeah,
it was a long summer.
Summer was summering this year.
yeah, it was a really hot one.
Well, then 2 years ago we had the crazy rain, the flooding.
Oh yeah, the hurricane. The hurricane. But I mean, it doesn't take much rain to flood things out here. They need to learn how to stop building roads at the bottom of washes. I swear to God, like every time it rains, like all the roads, it's at the bottom of a ditch. Like
it's the worst. Yeah, there's a road right here in Indio where every time it rains. The concrete and the asphalt gets destroyed, then they block the thing, they rebuild it, and then like the next rain season destroys it. Yeah. So they're finally building a bridge. It took
they are? Oh,
took them
thank God.
100 years to figure it out.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm like Palm Springs like impossible to get into. It's like an island, its own island. Yes, yeah. Like there's not a lot of bridges, so
Yeah, it's weird because right now where we're sitting, it's I think it's 1,000 below sea level, like.
Oh really?
Right now we're at 1,000.
In the valley, we're like below.
Yeah, we're below sea level, so I don't know like that would drive up Palm Springs when where you're driving because we're so low. We're like underwater basically.
That'd be a good fat joke though. Like right where you're sitting, it's. I'm like shit. I'm like.
Well, this used to be.
I'm sinking it down. Now it's 1,001 feet. I'm sitting there.
Yeah. 500 years ago. This all used to be a lake or a sea.
Really?
We used to be underwater.
Oh,
you can still see the fish traps if you drive down the mountains that are right here. Like if you just keep driving down Van Buren or these streets over here, there's ancient sea like the Native Americans. They still have like these rock formations where they used to trap fish up on the mountains right here. Like you can still walk the trails. You could see scales or like just remnants of fish and stuff.
Wow.
We used to be underwater.
Is there a trail, like a specific trail?
There is. I went to it when I took a class at COD. It was like a natural resources class. Okay, so I don't know the details. My friend Oscar probably knows all this.
I was like, you sound like a historian. Like you're just like, yeah.
But no, that's so crazy that 500 years ago this shit used to be in the water.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And then 500 years later, just we're living here now. They built a Disney resort. They're building lakes now.
Yeah, they're building lakes. Yeah, they're bringing more water.
They're bringing more water.
They're trying to bring more.
So there's water underneath us. So I'm actually working at the Disney place right now.
Oh, are you? Okay.
We're doing some construction work there, and
nice.
The lake's already built out, and I was asking there's these guys that have the coolest job. These
Uh-huh.
guys every day they're in the water or in little boats, and all they do is they're cleaning the sand out of the water.
Are you serious?
Because
That's their whole day?
the pumps are not working right now, or the filter
Oh,
system.
yeah.
So these guys are just raking the sand out of the water. They're like waist deep, or then they're in tiny little boats. I'll show you some videos.
I gotta see that.
And
Yeah.
these dudes are, that's all they do. That's every day. You just
funny.
see them like, it looks like they're fishing, but they're literally just getting the sand. And you know how sandy it is?
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
That's all they do all day. Is,
Man,
I'm
they're
like,
gonna be there forever. 'Cause
Forever.
There's a lot of sand in this valley.
yeah, and then like you could see, so the bottom of the water right now, it's like a white. They painted it white or whatever. So the water is super blue. You can see everything, so you can actually see the dirt.
Oh wow.
And well, anyway, the way the water filtration system, they said they have 3 pumps. They dug into the. There's like a reservoir that goes under the valley.
Oh wow.
So everything that's like right now is today was raining, so in the morning it's probably all snowed out. When all that shit melts, everything goes down under the valley all the way to to Mexico.
Wow.
So there's like a shitload of water underneath us.
Yeah.
And like even right now, you just dig, 20, 30 feet down. You
They're
just
taking our water. We're gonna get charged a tariff on that, Yeah,
But it's
they're
crazy
taking our
because it's like, oh, California water storage, and then Disney's able to put a 24-acre lake in the middle of the desert.
That's crazy. I didn't know. Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's like where I'm from, up in the Bay Area, up north. I wore a Monterey shirt today. They do well water and stuff up there. So yeah, it's but I didn't know it went all the way. I thought it just kind of stayed like kind of over here.
Well, I mean, it just depends.
Yeah.
Different areas, but just here, maybe because we're so below sea level, it's just like
No, it freaks me out because have you seen that movie? I think it was in 2012. That movie 2012.
Yeah.
When the world was gonna end.
Yeah.
Like I think there was something about like the water, like when everything was breaking apart. Like it was like Palm Springs, like the water shooting up, or maybe it was like San Andreas when the big earthquake. Like this, just like all the water came up from the ground. I'm like, I hope we don't fall into the water or something here.
So it was. I think the movie 2012.
Was it 2012?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like,
so we're watching and they're like,
freaks me out.
He's like, you see that was the Coachella Valley.
Yeah. It's like, oh, that was Palm Springs. Now it's a lake.
That's San Andreas Fault because it runs right here.
Yeah.
So I don't know the scientific shit, but what I heard is if it breaks, is because then the water is gonna come up and like we're below sea level, so all this shit will get fucking flooded.
Great.
And the earthquake is supposed to be like massive. I don't know how deep all that shit's gonna be, but
yeah,
they've been saying about the big one for 100 years. So.
I hope we're not here when it happens. That's all I'll say, because
but it's all fear mongering. I feel like they just keep saying the big one. It's never gonna happen.
I don't know, man. I luckily I have so much going on that I don't stay up at night thinking about that. But let me tell you, growing up, I definitely did. I was just like right before bed. I'm like, oh, this might be the last one. My last sleep. Gonna wake up.
We gotta get the Doge team to check out the
Oh
San Andreas
my
Fault.
God, yeah. Check out the water. Yeah, no, it's kind of crazy. I mean, hopefully there's enough people looking into that to make sure we're all good. I don't know.
I started seeing. I don't know if you. I feel like 2 years ago. I haven't got it. I don't know because I got a new phone or there's an update. But
did you get like an alert?
There was an alert before an earthquake. I feel like 2 years ago.
Okay.
I remember seeing it.
Yeah.
It said like, oh, earthquake happening, whatever, and then like. After you read it, then you started feeling it.
Oh wow!
It wasn't a big earthquake, but it gives you like those 10-second like, hey, some shit's about to happen.
Yeah,
like,
get under a under a new bridge that got built. Get under. Yeah, no, that's great. I know that you can't trust all those warning signs because remember that Hawaii thing?
Oh,
when they got a warning that like a missile.
North Korea just sent a nuclear missile. Everybody find shelter. Yeah. Just kidding.
Yeah, 2 hours later. Oh, guess what? It's like I already ate my cyanide pill, No, that would freak me out for sure. I don't even know what I'd do. What would you do if you had like 2 hours? If you got an alert saying in 2 hours you're gonna blow up?
Damn, if the nuclear missiles come in 2 hours, I would just try to find my family. I think.
Yeah, you wouldn't like try to get shelter, hide anywhere, like anything.
Well, I would try to be with my family, and then all together us get under the table. Hopefully that works.
Get under the table, yeah. No,
maybe we should build a fucking bunker. Now you think about it.
You should, yeah. You got the property. I gotta start digging.
Gotta be like those all those movies where like. Oh, everyone makes fun of that guy who's like the
prepper,
the prepper guy. But once it comes down, that was handling business.
Everyone wants to be him. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to prep for that because it's like one, you don't know exactly what's gonna happen, and two, like let's say you build a bunker, right? and you know, especially here we're talking about water. You know, you build a bunker underground. Let's say there's a big flood or whatever. Now you're under. You know, now it's
Yeah.
gonna drain into you or whatever.
You have to build like a bunker in the mountains, right? Like,
Yeah, that'd be
remember
cool.
Terminator 3?
Yeah,
Where
yeah. The
like
mountain,
on a
yeah.
mountain somewhere, remote
Uh-huh.
mountain that you have a. That's I feel like that's where the billionaire people
Yeah,
are doing the bunkers, you know.
yeah. Elon
Well,
Musk got his bunker. Yeah, up there.
that was in the movie 2012. Back to that, they had
Yeah,
like
the ships. They built the
they were
ships,
building the
right?
ships in some mountain in China or something, and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
billionaires are buying tickets to. That was funding the project, but also it was like only the exclusive people were able to
Hmm.
get in that to the human race. You know?
And it's funny because the most illogical thing from that movie, or the most unbelievable thing from that movie, is that all the nations came together to save the planet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Well,
China starts building, they're like, no, the U.S. can't be in here. You know, like,
well, I mean that movie was super ridiculous.
I know,
There was
right?
like a scene where this guy's driving with a limo through LA or something. There's like
Yeah, everything's falling apart. It's
He's
so
going
crazy.
through buildings on a limo and shit.
Yeah,
But now, um, that's the same guy who did Independence Day.
Oh, the same director?
Roland Emmerich.
Oh, okay. I
So he
didn't
did
know that.
Independence Day. He did The Day After Tomorrow, and a bunch of other.
It's a good one. All bangers.
He loves all like
All bangers.
world-ending movies. You know?
Yeah, I do too. I really, I mean, as
That's
much
one of my
as,
favorite genres.
Yeah, as much as I like, you know, fear it happening, it is fun to watch. You know,
Yeah.
it's fun to watch it happen.
So,
But
I love watching the destruction of the world.
yeah. Is it still? We're still good.
Good battery, yeah.
Okay,
Just make
cool,
sure
cool.
because I gotta.
Sometimes I just die on you.
Yeah, that happened to me in the last podcast. I was talking to somebody and then out of nowhere, I look. I'm like, oh shit, the camera died.
Oh no, yeah.
But I
that
had a
sucks.
third. Yeah. Anyway, it's all
Yeah.
good. I have a dummy battery on that one, and then
Oh, that's good.
this one's a smart battery.
Yeah, I've been looking for I mean off topic, but I've been looking for some like wireless speakers that I could take places. Like I was looking at like a JBL um Eon
Speakers
something.
for you to like talk to, or just
Yeah,
listen to
yeah, it's
music?
when I host these like trivia nights and stuff, you know. So
There's
you
some
have
really
any?
good JBLs.
Yeah.
And then
The only thing about it though, like the cordless, like you know, so I don't like battery
Yeah.
packs. The only thing about it is like if I didn't charge it and I went somewhere and like you know it's dead. but
they have like a 12-hour battery
Oh,
charge.
okay,
So
cool.
there's some you just plug
they
them
last
in.
a while, yeah.
You just take it and it lasts 12 plus hours.
Okay.
And you could just connect the microphone and it's on the go. So
Yeah, that's nice.
I haven't really looked at prices or which ones would be good, but I
Yeah.
know I have a JBL. Someone let me borrow. I'll show it to you after.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
and I've been using that one too, just for music. And I bring it in here, whatever.
It's not. It's so convenient. I mean, trying to find a plug.
Yeah.
You know, like you know, or it's in an inconvenient spot. It's like, oh my god.
You gotta find an extension cord.
Yeah,
It's just a
yeah.
mess.
It's a nightmare. So
You gotta do So what's up with like your own personal comedy so far?
Yeah.
Are you like planning to do like a special? Or is that something you're working towards, or how's it going now?
well, personally, I mean, fortunately and unfortunately, fortunately, I've been really busy in my personal life.
Producing it.
My production company, Bitten Tongue Productions. It's me. It's we've been very
We've been
busy.
like sending emails
Yeah,
like
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Of course.
We've been doing a lot of work.
That must be really hard. Do you have people helping you with like even just putting together, talking to so many comedians, talking to the venues, talking to the sponsors? It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's all me. It is. You know, I have had help in the past, and you know, it's. I need to get better at delegating tasks.
Yeah.
That's what I need to do. But you know, I've been doing it now. It's the 4th year, like I said, and I have a system of like reaching out to people and keeping everyone connected and talking to everyone, and you know, reaching out to sponsors and whatnot. I mean, it's not. If it gets a little bit bigger than what it is now, then I'm definitely going to be needing help. So
Yeah.
I'm going to be reaching out to some people. But you know, luckily I've been able to kind of condense everything into being manageable for just one person. So, but yeah, it is a lot of work, and every year I'm like I'm taking years off my life with how stressed I am about everything. But yeah, you know, hopefully it all works out. But back to my business and everything. I do host a lot of trivia events, and comedy events and, you know, all this stuff. But luckily, trivia has been very busy for me. It's something I've always loved to do.
Yeah.
You know, I've always loved to go to trivia and compete and stuff. But, you know, that love for trivia has made me into a trivia host.
Yeah.
And which I love doing that as well. But because I've been so busy hosting trivia, I haven't really had too much time to work on my own comedy and my comedy career.
Yeah.
And that's okay because I really like to produce things and you know, build a community and do all that stuff. So if I'm behind the scenes making a festival, or you know, if I ever have a comedy club myself or anything like that, like that would be fulfilling to me over having like a Netflix special or anything like that. So
No, and it gives you so much like character, so much resilience, just putting shows together. Just because I do shows too, so
yeah,
like,
yeah,
I
no,
know
you know better
that
than
shit's
a
pretty
lot
cool.
of people.
And
I
it's
talk
cool
to,
when
so,
like
yeah.
the show's happening. You're stressed. You're like, fuck. I hope people show up. I hope
Yeah.
fucking people are showing up. I hope it gets people actually pull through. Even if
Yeah.
people have tickets, you're like, I hope they actually pull through.
Dude, there's been a lot of times where I'm like, oh, like 15 people that bought tickets didn't show up. I'm like, what happened?
Exactly.
You know, like,
it's crazy.
like I appreciate the money. You know, I appreciate you supporting and buying a ticket. But I'm
Yeah.
like, what happened? But I mean, you're not, you know, you don't have any comedy aspirations or anything like that.
No,
but
to be honest,
you
no.
you put on comedy shows, like
Yeah,
know,
no, I've been doing
cool.
some shows.
Yeah.
For the same thing, it's just like I saw the same thing I started doing with music. It's the lack of opportunities and venues and all this stuff. I was like, I just like art. Like if it's music, whatever it is, like people that create murals or art paintings or comedy or whatever it is. Like I just like to be surrounded by other people doing stuff and you know, just helping out whenever I can.
You perform music though, right? Or have you ever done that? Or
I like to sing.
Okay,
but
yeah.
I like just being with music. I do plan on making music.
Okay.
But so actually, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna focus on this. I wanted to focus on all kinds of projects before I get into music because I know once I dive into it, I'm gonna spend so much time.
Yeah.
But then recently, I had the car accident, like we were talking before.
We were.
Then I was like, what the fuck? I could have died. I was
Yeah.
like, that's it. There's no more time. There's no more waiting. You never know how much it could be. 2012 fucking San Andreas Fault happens.
Shit could go down.
You could be underwater anytime. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get into the music. So it's right after Coachella. So right now, we're like 29, 28 days before Coachella. So I'm focusing on that because that's like this is my best season for just content in general, trying to build my brand, whatever it is, making videos. And as soon as Coachella's over, that's my next goal is to focus on music.
Yeah, no, that's
good. It. Yeah, no more waiting.
Yeah, no, that's and it's funny because, you know, even like someone's gotta be the person who has the drive to like, you know, put on the shows and like, you know, do all that stuff. Like I love comedy and I love, you know, like I love bringing people together.
Yeah.
And I wish I could like attend something like that, but because there isn't anything out there, I'm like, I guess I gotta do it myself. You know, like, and you know, the same thing with you. With like you love music, and so you're like, you know what, I'm gonna transform my backyard into a music venue. Like that's so cool. So you know.
Yeah, just take the risk, and it is scary.
And it is a risk.
It is a risk. It's scary. It's money. It's time.
Yeah.
And
someone's got to do it. Though.
Someone's got to do it, and then it's like you put it together, and then the community is cool because they all want to be part of something too.
Yeah.
It's like people are looking for something, and when people are doing things, I like it. Like I see other people doing shows. I try to go as many shows as I can whenever I have some time. I'll definitely be checking out the comedy show, the comedy festival. Mm-hmm. But it's Little Street Music Hall. Like once that venue started going, I was like, hell yeah! Like there's finally a venue,
it's a cool spot.
At least on this side of town, but even just in the valley in general, because I don't know if other venues are strictly just performance type venues like that. Besides the casinos, you know.
Yeah, casinos. There's a spot next to Little Street that there's a few music.
Oh
spots.
yeah, the Amp.
Like Amp is right next there, and they do music
the Hood,
stuff. And the Hood does. I think they're starting to do music again too. I mean, there's a lot of spots. A lot of places are just like restaurants that hire local musicians to like perform. But yeah, solid, just like strictly music.
But
venues,
but even those they're like bars that bring music, or but there's like a music venue.
Just a music venue. Yeah, there's not too many.
It's a little bit different.
Not too many.
And it is the city of festivals we were talking about. The city of Indio, city of festivals.
Yeah, yeah.
There should be more festivals, more music, more things happening
Yeah.
year round, not just during these nice months of
Yeah.
March and April.
I know. I was trying to think of a better like time to do some sort of like community event, and I mean, March is just so perfect because it's right before Coachella. There's a lot of people that are in town because I mean, as you know, half the population leaves in June, July,
Yeah.
August. There's still a lot of people here because there's more and more people live here year round.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's if you were to throw a festival in June or July, it might not be as successful, because one, it's hot. You better have AC. It better be indoors.
Better be indoors. Better start at 9 p.m.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got to start real late. Everyone gets free ices, But it's I couldn't think of a better time to do something like this. At Coachella Valley Brewery, we actually did like Laughtoberfest. We did that twice in the last 4 years, and it just didn't have the same like success as the March, comedy fest. And I think it's for that reason. It's not, not everyone is back from their from their second home, wherever that may be, or people. It's towards the end of the year, October. There's all these holidays.
Yeah,
coming up.
you're competing with.
You competing with a lot of things.
All the big holidays.
Yeah.
The season.
I mean, March is just it's right by St. Patrick's Day, but I mean, it's
No, it's March. March really is that month, and April's good too. But the festivals kind of take over the whole fucking.
I'm not gonna start a festival and try to compete with one of the biggest festivals in the world. It's not really.
But all the people are here just waiting for something to do, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the coolest thing about starting this festival and doing it year in and year out, I didn't even know if I was going to do it this year. The Coachella Valley Brewery had opened up a new location in Palm Springs. I don't know if you've got to check it out, but if
I haven't
anyone
been
listening,
to it. I saw that they opened. I haven't been.
Yeah,
to
it's a great spot. And so I didn't really get to talk to them too much about planning this year's festival, and then it kind of became crunch time. Like, I need to start planning this thing, and I was like, well, maybe if we just take a gap year, I was like, maybe a gap year, figure some things out. But then when Little Street Music Hall was up for it and ready to do it, I just hopped on that wagon and just got to booking and whatever. So it's cool to see how everything can come together in that aspect, but also the community support. Being featured on the local news has been really cool, and just seeing everyone just up for whatever, like local comedians just being cool with,
they're down with it,
put me wherever, however long, and just to be a part of it, and how much they enjoy being a part of it, and it's just cool to see, and that's given me more fulfillment than anything. So it's been cool.
No, that's awesome. No, so make sure anybody listening, check out. You have a website or Eventbrite?
So you could buy tickets for the Comedy Fest on Eventbrite if you just look up Comedy Fest and set your location to Indio. It should pop up.
Yeah.
If not, then look up like Little Street Music Hall, something like that.
We'll put the links in the description as well.
All right, cool. Yeah. And then at Dacoda Miracle on all social media, you could see what I'm doing. If you like trivia, if you like anything like that.
The trivia sounds cool.
It's fun, man. It's really cool. The local on 50th is probably the closest spot to you.
What is that? I don't know.
Yeah, the local on 50th. It used to be Camden Cellars, but it's on Jefferson and 50th.
Oh, like the little shopping center?
Yeah, it's by the Ralphs.
Okay,
by the Ralphs right there. But it's a really cool spot. They got great burgers and drinks. They're full bar.
Oh, so it's a full bar.
It's a full bar.
And they have like they host like comedy music.
They don't do comedy. They
do trivia.
They do trivia. That's every Tuesday. They do have live music there as well, and they're always doing some stuff. But it's not like there's no stage or anything. It's not like an entertainment venue. But I think they just this past year they won like best appetizers, best happy hour. Like they won like a bunch of like local event. Yeah, but local awards. Yeah, that's a cool spot. And they're sponsors too of
Yeah,
the
shout
Comedy
out to
Fest.
them.
So I have to legally obligated to no, but they're a great spot, and we've been doing trivia there for a while, which has been cool. Some other sponsors though, if you know, maybe I should mention them too. I don't know. But yeah, there's them, and just so I don't forget anyone, we have La Bonita, which is a local bakery. They're great. They're friends of mine. We have the Desert Dwellings Luxury Concierge, Kristen Kamansky, and then Arcade Boomer Investigations. Now,
What?
one thing about Arcade Boomer Investigations, as private investigator, if you have a crime or anything that you need investigated, Arcade Boomer Investigations.
Oh, that's good. Hell yeah, I'm not with Dacoda. Thank you for another year of doing the podcast.
Yeah.
Jim, we'll definitely be checking out your stuff, and hopefully you have a successful weekend next
Thanks,
week.
man. Yeah. Look forward to seeing you there.
No, for sure. I'll
Yeah.
pull up, and then maybe some more trivias. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Get some tickets. Follow Dacoda. We'll see you guys next time.
Awesome.
Shout out to the sponsors.
Yeah, I had to make sure I said them all.